আচ্ছা, আজকে we will start from reversibility of light. Reversibility of light. Okay, what do we mean by reversibility of light? Suppose here is air, here is water. Okay, now if a ray of light comes from air and falls on the surface separation of air and water, it will get refracted and it will pass in this direction. Okay, suppose this direction, the angle of incidence here is suppose 60 degree and the angle of refraction here is suppose 30 degree. Okay, now principle of reversibility of light states that if the ray of light comes from the other direction, it will pass back through this direction. First get the concepts right. First concept is if the ray of light comes in this direction making an angle of 60 degree, it will refract and pass in this direction. Second case says that if the ray of light comes from the denser medium and falls on the surface, it will refract and go in this direction. That means if the angle of incidence in the denser medium is 30 degree, the angle of refraction will be 60 degree. Okay, and if the angle of incidence in the rarer medium is 60 degree, the angle of refraction will be 30 degree. So if a ray of light comes in this goes in this direction, in the denser medium if it comes in this direction, it will go in the other direction. Is that clear? That means light is retracing its own path. So the phenomena that light retraces its own path is known as refraction, is known as reversibility of light, is known as reversibility of light. I am asking all of you, is the concept clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Rani was having problem in reversibility, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I hope it is clear now, Rani. Now we will do the next part. See, it's a very easy part and conceptual too. Suppose this is a separation of two media. Okay, separation of two media. The lower part is having water, the above part is having air. The lower part is having water, the above part is having air. Lower part is having water, above part is having air. Lower part is having water, above part is having air. Okay, same case, same water and same air in each and every cases. Now what will happen if a ray of light comes and falls on the surface and it makes an angle of say 45 degree? Okay, let us make it easier. Okay, tell me which one is the denser medium? Air is the denser medium or water is the denser medium?
Sir, water.
Water is the denser medium, right? So
Yes,
out
sir.
of the two, water is the denser medium. Now if it makes any angle in water, suppose if it is making an angle of 30 degree in water, then if it refracts in air, will the angle be more than 30 degree or less than 30 degree?
Sir, more than 30 degree.
More than 30. Renes and Chandrima, I cannot hear that you are answering. So that will be more than 30 degrees. Say it is 60 degree. Okay, now what will happen if I keep on increasing the angle? Suppose I increase the angle to 40 degree, will the angle be much more than 60 degree? If
Yes,
it is
sir.
30 degree, this is 60. If it is more than 30, that is suppose it is 40, will this angle be like 75 degree? Is it possible?
Yes, sir.
Chandrima and Renessa, turn on your audio. Is it
Yes,
possible?
sir.
Is it possible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now if I make this angle more than 40 degree. Suppose this angle is 45 degree. Can it be 85 degree? Suppose. It must be more than 75. So I am taking, can it be 85 degree?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What will happen if I increase this angle? If I increase this angle to say 44 degree, what will happen? What will happen to this angle? Will it be more than 85? Will it be more than 85?
No, sir.
Why? I am increasing the angle from 42 to 44. If the angle of incidence increases, the angle of refraction must also increase, right? If the angle of incidence increases, the angle of refraction must also increase, right?
Okay, sir.
So if it is increasing from 42 to 44, this angle must also increase from 85, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. All of you turn off your audio. Chandrima, turn on your audio.
Yes, sir.
Chandrima, if it is 44 degree, will it be more than 85?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Name an angle. Tell me what angle can it be. Tell me what angle can it be. Tell me. Tell me a value for this angle. Chandrima, tell me a value for this angle. I'm waiting for you.
Yes, sir. I'll tell you.
Yes, tell me a value fast. Tell me a value for this angle, Chandrima. Okay, so if it is 44 degree, what angle can it be, Chandrima?
87 degree.
87 degree. Okay. Renesa, turn on your audio. Chandrima, turn off your audio. Now, if this angle is more than 44, suppose this angle is 46 degree. Renesa, will this angle be more than 87 degree? Renesa, will this angle be more than 87 degree?
Yes, sir.
Speak louder. Tell me a value for this angle.
Sir, 89 degree.
89 degree. Okay. Rani, suppose this angle is more than 46 degree. Suppose this angle is 47 degree.
Yes, sir.
What can this angle be?
Sir, it is 47 degree.
Yes, it is more than 46, 47. What can this angle be?
Sir, it will greater than 470 or lesser than 470?
No, how is it 270? This is 89, right? It will be more than 89. How can it jump so high?
Okay, okay. Sir, 92?
92. So you are telling that it will be 92 degree. Okay, how is 92
Yes, sir.
degree? 92 degree means it will go like this, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, see, this is not possible. Okay,
Okay, sir.
what will happen will amaze you. What will happen will amaze you.
So this is all about an assumption, right?
Yeah, we are doing assumption, but 92 degree is not possible. Why it is not possible, I will tell you. That will amaze you. See, suppose a ray of light is coming from this direction. Okay, now this angle is 47 degree, say. When this angle is 47 degree, the ray will pass along the surface. If the ray after diffraction will pass along the surface, this angle of refraction will be 90 degree. Okay, this angle 47 degree, for which the angle of refraction is 90 degree, is known as critical angle. Critical angle. What is critical angle? It is in standard way it is written as IC. Critical angle is the angle for which the angle of refraction is 90 degree in the denser medium. You have to write it in this way, that critical angle in denser medium critical angle in denser medium is the angle for which the angle in rarer medium is 90 degree. Okay, now this 47 degree is IC. Now what I'm asking is, what will happen if the angle is greater than 47? Suppose the angle is 48 degree. What will happen in this case? Now this is always special, because in this case, when the angle will be greater than 48 degree, it will reflect back in the same medium. Then no refraction will occur, it will reflect back. This case is known as total internal reflection. It will reflect back in the same medium. This is known as total internal reflection, or in short we write it as TIC. So when will TIC occur? When the angle will be greater than internal angle. See, 48 degree is greater than internal angle. The internal angle is in this case 47 degree. So when 48 degree is greater than internal angle, then total internal reflection will occur and the ray of light will get bent and will get reflected in the same medium. See, is this a mirror? Is this a mirror? Is this a mirror?
Yes, sir.
No, this is not a mirror. See, this is water, this is air. Is this a mirror? Is this a mirror? This is water, this is air. It is a separation of the two surfaces. Is it a mirror or a separation?
It's a separation.
This is not a mirror. But see, even if it is when it is not a mirror, the ray of light is getting reflected. It is not a mirror, then also the ray of light is getting reflected. That means reflection can occur at the surface of separation of two media. Reflection can occur at the surface of separation of two media. This reflection is known as total internal reflection. Okay, is the concept clear? Now we will give you an exercise. I am giving you 3 questions. In first case, the critical angle is told as 42 degree and the angle of incidence in the denser medium is 35 degree. Draw a diagram for glass to air surface. Okay. Second case, the critical angle is 45 degree. The angle of incidence is 49 degree. Draw a diagram in support of your answer. Okay. This question says critical angle is 27 degree and angle of incidence is also 27 degree. Draw a diagram in support of your answer. Okay, do it fast. Okay, now in this case critical angle was 42 degree, incident was 35 degree. So what we did in this case is that, now this is the incident angle, this angle is 35 degree. I will ask Rani, is this angle less than, equal to or greater than critical angle?
Sir, less than.
Okay, if an angle is less than critical angle, it will refract, making any angle less than 90 degrees. Suppose this angle is 65 degree, it will refract at any angle, making any angle less than 90 degree. Okay, now we come in this case. I'll ask this to Renessa. Turn on your audio.
Sir, we
Renessa.
also write 32 degree.
See, Renessa, the critical angle in this case is 45 degree. Is the angle greater than, less than, or equal to critical angle? Renessa, the critical angle is 45 degree. Is this angle greater than, less than, or equal to critical angle?
Sir, greater than.
Greater than critical angle. What happens if an angle is greater than critical angle? If an angle is greater than critical angle, then total internal reflection occurs. If an angle is greater than critical angle, total internal reflection occurs. So what is total internal reflection? It will reflect back in the same medium. Okay, total internal reflection means it will reflect back in the same medium, making the same angle. So in this case, total internal reflection will occur. In this case, total internal reflection will occur. Okay, so it will get reflected back in the same medium. Now the third case, tell me, in this case the angle of incidence is 27 degree. Is it less than, equal to, or greater than critical angle?
Sir, less.
27 degree. How is it less than critical angle?
So it is greater than.
Arey, critical angle is 27 degree. I is also 27. How is it greater than or less than? It is equal. So if an angle is equal to critical angle, if an angle is equal to critical angle, then it will reflect passing along the line that is making an angle of refraction of 90 degree. Is the concept clear now? Is the concept clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now
Yes, sir.
we will do the second thing. Suppose, let us do this one. Suppose we are doing another case. Okay, now have we heard of periscope? Have we heard of periscope?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, do you know that we have done periscope using mirror. We can also do periscope using prism. But before that, I will like to show you how a ray of light refracts in a glass slab. Okay, refraction of ray of light in a glass slab. Draw it with me. Refraction through a glass slab. Okay, diffraction through a glass slab. Now see this one. Suppose I have a glass slab. Suppose this is my glass slab. Okay, suppose this is my glass slab. Okay, suppose a ray of light is coming in this direction. Okay, no, let me make a bigger angle. Suppose a ray of light is coming in this direction. Okay, so if a ray of light comes in this direction, okay, let me change it a little bit more. A ray of light is coming in this direction. Okay, that means if there were no slab, this ray would have passed through this direction, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm asking all of you, if there were no slab, this ray would have passed in this direction. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now due to this slab, I will draw the normal first. Now the glass slab is made out of glass, so let us consider that the outside medium is air, the inside medium is glass. Can you tell me which one is the rarer medium, which one is the denser medium? Is air the rarer or denser medium?
Sir, air is rarer and glass is denser.
Air is rarer, glass is denser. So if it makes an angle I am asking Chandrima, will this angle of refraction be less than I or more than I?
Sir,
Yes.
so more than I, they're equal.
It is denser. Glass is denser. Air is rarer. Any ray of light that comes from rarer to denser, will the angle of refraction be closer to the normal or away from the normal?
Closer.
Closer. So if it is closer to the normal, will the angle increase or decrease? Will the angle increase or decrease?
So increase.
Huh?
Decrease.
Why are you not studying at home? Why are you not studying at home? This is the angle of incidence. Now this one is the rarer medium. This one is the denser medium. Now if we are coming from rarer to denser, this was the actual path. The ray will come closer towards the normal. So if it comes closer towards the normal, will this angle R be less than I or equal to I or greater than I?
Sir, greater to I.
Huh?
Greater than I.
Arey, is this angle greater than I? Are you idiot or what? Is this angle greater than I? This is I. Okay, give me a value for this I. Give me a value for this I. This angle and this angle. Give me a value for I. Give me an approximate value for this angle.
So 75 degree.
75 degree. Give me an approximate value for R.
So 37 degree.
37 degree. Which one is greater? 75 degree is greater or 37 degree is greater?
75 degree.
75. That means R is less than I or R is greater than I?
R is less than I.
R is less than I. So when a ray comes from a rarer medium to denser medium, the angle of refraction is less. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So in this case also the angle of refraction will be less. So suppose it got refracted and it made an angle R and it came along this direction. Okay. Now when it fell on this point, let us draw again a normal. Let us again draw a normal. Okay. Now see, it will again get refracted. It will again get refracted. Okay. Okay, Rene sir, tell me, I just told you about the principle of reversibility of light. Tell me, what does principle of reversibility of light tell me? Rene sir, what does principle of reversibility of light tell me? Rene sir, turn on your audio.
Yes, sir.
What is principle of reversibility of light? What is principle of reversibility of light? Tell me. Rani, what is principle of reversibility of light?
Sir, that light which retraces its own path is
Yes,
called as the
principle of
reversibility
reversibility of light tells us that light will trace back its own path. So in the rarer medium, if the angle is I, in the denser medium if the angle is R, then in the denser medium if the angle remains R, what will be the angle in the rarer medium? What will be the angle in the rarer medium? If it is I in air and R in glass, if it is R in glass, then what will be the angle in rarer medium? I. Okay, that is the principle of reversibility of light. So the light came in this path, it got refracted, it went back in this path. Okay, and this ray, if the glass were not present, it would have gone in this way. Now we can see that the light is not following its original path. This one is the original path. We will call this ray, suppose I am marking it as A, B, C, D. Okay, the ray AB is incident ray. The ray AB is incident ray. The ray CD is emergent ray. The ray AB is incident ray. The ray CD is emergent ray. Now AB and CD are parallel to each other, but see, AB is not along CD. That means they are shifted. There is a difference between them. They are shifted. There is a difference between them. We will mark this shift. They are shifted. There is a difference between them. We will mark this shift. This perpendicular shift between the original direction and the emergent direction, this is known as lateral displacement. We will write it as D. D is known as lateral displacement. D is known as lateral displacement. It is the shift between the two rays, the emergent ray and the incident ray direction. Okay. Now let the thickness of the glass be T. Okay, let the thickness of the glass be T. So if a ray of light falls on a glass slab of thickness T, it will get deviated and it will move parallel to the incident ray. Now tell me one thing, that is, in refraction through a glass slab, if the ray of light follows a different path, then will the objects beyond this glass, will they shifted? Will they feel shifted? Will the objects be under the glass feel shifted?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, I can understand.
Now we will do the concept of real depth and apparent depth. We will do the concept of real depth and apparent depth. See, Acha, have you ever noticed that when you place a coin into a mug full of water, will that coin appear raised? Have you seen that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. How is it appearing raised? The coin is not actually raised. It is at the bottom of the bucket only, but it is appearing as if it is raised. Why is it appearing raised? Let us see. Suppose this is the surface of water. Okay, this is the surface of water. Now we have water here. Let this be the jar. Let this be the jar which holds the water. Let this be the jar which holds the water. Just wait. So suppose I have a coin placed here. Okay, suppose this is a coin. Now a ray from the coin will go directly and reach the surface of water. Now if it goes directly and reaches the surface of water, the angle of incidence here is 0 degree, and we know if a ray of light falls normal to the surface, it will pass as it is. So if it is normal to the surface, this ray of light will pass as it is. Now suppose it falls at some other distance and it got refracted and it went in some other direction. In this case, if we extend that back and we extend this portion back, the image will be formed here, and this is the object. So what will happen is that it will feel as if the image is here. So the original image is this one. This is the image which we will feel as if this image is there. So the depth at which the original object is, it is known as real depth. We will write it as RD. So RD is real depth, and this depth where the image will be present, which is not the actual depth, is known as apparent depth or AD, or we will write AD as apparent depth. Now what will happen is that we will find out the relation between apparent depth and real depth. Okay, the relation between apparent depth and real depth. See, you don't have it in syllabus, you just remember it, that see, real depth and apparent depth. Remember that apparent depth equals to real depth by refractive index. Remember, apparent depth equals to real depth by refractive index. We have one more thing. See, this one is real depth, this one is apparent depth. Okay, real depth, apparent depth. So the object got shifted by some distance. The object got shifted by some distance. This is known as shift. This is known as shift. So shift is real depth minus apparent depth. So we have one more term, shift, which is real depth minus apparent depth. Okay. See, we can write it as real depth minus apparent depth is real depth by mu. That is real depth by mu, or we can write it as real depth into 1 minus 1 by mu. Okay. So
Sir,
if
could you just repeat again?
yes, tell me.
Sir, could you just repeat the shift again?
I cannot understand, Rani. Tell me a bit louder.
Sir, could you just explain it again?
Yes, of course. Suppose I have a coin placed at the bottom of water. Okay. Now this is water. The above is air. Okay. I am seeing it from this position. Now the coin is actually at the bottom of the tumbler. The ray of light is going out from the bottom of the tumbler, but the image will appear to be at a height above the original height. Okay. See, if you take from the surface of water, the object is at the bottom of the beaker, which is at a depth of real depth. Is it clear, Rani?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now suppose this image is formed here. When you will see from outside, you will see that the image is raised, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that means this is the height at which you will see the image, right? This is the height at which you will see the image, but is it the actual or original height?
No, sir.
No, this is known as apparent height. The height in which the image is seen by us is the apparent height. Okay, this one is the apparent height, and the image, the actual position of the image is at this depth. So this is the real depth. So this is real depth, this one is apparent depth. Okay, RD is real depth, AD is apparent depth. Now we got a relation that apparent depth equals to real depth by mu. Okay, and see, the height through which the apparent depth is shifted is known as shift. Now if this is real depth, this one is apparent depth, then shift must be real depth minus apparent depth. See, I have written it here, shift equals to real depth minus apparent depth. I will put the value of apparent depth. So apparent depth equals to real depth by mu. If I put the value, then shift will be real depth into 1 minus 1 by mu. Is the concept clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
This is the relation of shift, real depth and apparent depth. Okay. Suppose you use a stick. Suppose you use a stick. What will happen if you use a stick? See. Suppose you are using a stick. Suppose you are using a stick. Suppose this is your container. Suppose this is your container and you have water in this container. You are immersing a stick. This is your original stick, okay? Now what will happen? A ray of light will come out from the stick. A ray of light will come out from the stick. If we extend this ray, they will meet at this point. That means if they meet at this point, the tip, if I call the tip as A, the tip of the stick will appear to be at this point. That means our stick will appear to be at this point. Have you ever seen that if you dip something into water, if it is a straight thing, it will seem bent? Have you seen that?
Yes, sir.
Yes. See, in this case also the stick will appear bent. See, this case it will feel like the tip of the stick, that is A dash. Is the concept clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. All of you drawn this one? Have
Yes,
all of you
sir.
drawn this one?
Sir.
Okay. Now we will understand some application of total internal deflection. Suppose I give you a prism. Okay. Let us do a easy one. Suppose I give you this prism. This prism, okay, do it in this way, it will be easier for you. Okay, now we will do refraction through prism. Refraction through prism. Okay, tell me, Rani, if a ray of light comes and falls on this surface,
Yes,
will
sir.
it deviate or will it straight away pass directly to the other surface? Because this angle is 90 degree, what will happen?
So it will pass.
It will pass. Okay, I will ask Renesa. Renesa, if this ray of light falls on this surface, the ray of light is falling on this surface. Okay, and the normal here is in this direction. The angle that it is making is 45 degree. Let the critical angle for this surface is 42 degree. Okay, see, this one is glass, so this one is glass means this one is denser, the outside is rarer. Tell me, Renesa, if this angle is greater than critical angle, will total internal reflection happen or will refraction happen?
Sir, total refraction.
Yes, total internal reflection. Good. So if total internal reflection happens, then the ray will pass straight. That means it will also make an angle of 45 degree, right? This is a 45 degree and 90 degree prism. Okay, so if this angle is 45, this is also 45 degree. So this is 90, if this is 45, this is also 45 degree. That means this ray will come in straight like this. Now if this angle is 45 degree and this angle is 45 degree, this angle will be 90 degree. Angle sum property, and if it falls at 90 degree, I'll ask Chandrima. Chandrima, will it refract or will the ray go straight like this?
Sir, go straight.
Yes, so it will go straight. Now, if you look in this case, tell me that this was the initial direction of the ray, right?
Yes, sir.
But the ray went in this direction. So the ray went in this direction. So what is the deviation of the ray? That is 90 degree. You got that? The ray was going in this direction, it actually went in this direction. So how much did the ray turn? The ray turned 90 degree. Is the concept clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we will do another case. First I will let you do this one, then I will ask you how you did that. Okay, first I will let you do this one. See, suppose here is a prism. Here is a prism. Okay, let me draw it again. Okay, here is a prism. Let this angle be 45 degree, this angle be 45 degree, this angle be 90 degree. Okay, see, the question says the ray is coming in this direction, this angle is 90 degree. Complete the whole diagram. I will give you 2 minutes. So see, the ray is coming in this direction, so it will come and it will straight away fall on this surface. Okay, it will come and it will straight away fall on this surface. Now if it is in 90 degree, this will also pass in 90 degree, and if I draw a normal at this position, then this will be 45 degree. Okay, this will be 45 degree. Now if this angle is 45 degree and as it is 90 degree, so this angle will also be 45 degree. Okay, now see, this angle is also 90 degree. So as this is 45 degree and critical angle of glass is 42 degree and this angle is greater than 42 degree, so it will refract, it will not refract, it will reflect, and it will go in some direction like this. Okay, now we will find out. See, if it is reflecting, then this angle is 45 degree, as it is 90, this angle will also be 45 degree, and it is falling on this surface. Now if I draw a normal again on this surface, I will find out that this angle is also 45 degree. Okay, if this angle is 45 degree, it will reflect at 45 degree again, so it will again reflect at 45 degree. Okay, now if it reflects at 45 degree, it will fall on this surface at 90 degree and it will go straight, passing through that. Now if you have a confusion why this angle will be 90 degree, see, if this is 45 degree, this angle will also be 45 degree. If these two angles are 45 degrees, sum of the interior angles of a triangle is 180 degree, then it will be 90 degree, so it will pass straight away. Okay, now in this case, the ray is going initially towards this direction. See, the ray is initially going towards this direction, but after refraction the ray went in the other direction. Okay, so it was going in the forward direction, it came in the backward direction. What is the deviation? The deviation is 180 degrees. Is it clear to Renessa and Chandrima? Is it
Yes,
clear
sir.
to Renesha and Chandrima? Oh, okay. Now we will find out another one case. See, suppose we have a prism like this. Now this is very interesting, and you need to practice this at home also. Okay, this is interesting, and you need to practice this at home also. See, this is a prism. A ray of light is incident on the prism. Whenever a ray of light falls on a surface, first thing that we will do is we will draw a normal. Okay, if we draw a normal, the angle this one makes is the incident ray. We will call it as incident ray. The angle of incidence is I1. Now, if there were no prism, this ray would have passed in this direction. Okay, but the ray actually passed in some other direction, because this block is made out of glass and the outside is air. So when we come from air to glass, the angle decreases, so this one will be R1. Now after refraction, this ray will pass in some other direction. So if I take this angle as R2, we can write this angle as I2. Okay, now what we are doing is that we will join these two normals. We will label the parts. This one is A, B, C, D. Okay, now if we extend this portion backward, it will somewhere reach here. Now see, we will understand about deviation. Suppose I take this position, the position B, and the ray of light comes in this direction at B, and it passes in this way. Okay, if there would have been no glass slab, it would have passed in this way. But what happened is that due to the normal at this position and due to diffraction, it is passing in some other direction. Now if this is I1, this one is also I1. Okay, vertically opposite angle. This is I1, this one is also I1, vertically opposite angle. Now when it is going in some other direction, and we call this one as R1. Suppose I1 is 60 degree, R1 is 20 degree, suppose. Then what will be this angle? This angle must be 60 minus 20. This is 60, this is 20. 60 minus 20, that is 40 degree. Or we can write this angle as I1 minus R1. This I1 minus R1 is known as delta 1. So we will write this as delta 1, and we will write delta 1 equals to I1 minus R1. Similarly, if this is I2, this one will also be I2. So this one will be I2 minus R2. We will write it as delta 2, or delta 2 will be I2 minus R2. Okay, see, we know a property that if this is a triangle, this one is an external angle, these two are two opposite interior angle. Okay, say this be 1, this be 2, and this be E. We can say angle E equals to angle 1 plus angle 2. What is that property? Exterior angle equals to sum of two opposite interior angle. We know that exterior angle equals to sum of two opposite interior angle. Exterior angle equals to sum of two opposite interior angles. So we can write if this angle be delta, then we can write delta equals to delta 1 plus delta 2 using this property. Okay, so delta equals to delta 1 plus delta 2. If we mix them, we will get delta equals to delta 1 is I1 minus R1 plus I2 minus R2. So we can write it as I1 minus R1 plus I2 minus R2. We can write it as I1 plus I2 minus R1 plus R2. Okay. So we will box this equation. We will box this equation. The delta equals to I1 plus I2 minus R1 plus R2. Now, see, this angle A is known as angle of prism. Okay, so we must remember that angle A is known as angle of prism. Why it is known as angle of prism? Because this angle is actually the angle of the vertex. Okay, so this is the angle of prism. Now you take this figure A, B, D, C. So what are we doing? We are taking A, B, D, C. See, A, B, D, C. A, B, D, C. Now angle ABD is 90 degrees. See, this angle is 90 degrees. How? Because see, this one is the normal, right? Angle ACD is also 90 degree. So this one is also 90 degree because this green line is the normal. Now we are left with angle D. Let us call this angle as angle theta. So we have this angle theta, we have angle A. We know the property of the sum of all internal angles of a quadrilateral. It says that angle A plus 90 plus theta plus 90 will be 360 degree. A plus 90 plus theta plus 90 will be 360, or we can write angle A plus theta will be 360 minus 180 degree, or angle A plus theta will be 180 degree. Okay, or we can say that angle A will be 180 degree minus theta. We will box this one also. Okay, so we will write angle A equals to 180 degree minus theta. We will box this one also. Let this be 1, let this be 2. Okay, now let us see the below triangle. If we see the below triangle, we can see a triangle like this. Now this angle is R1, this angle is R2, this angle is theta. It's a triangle BCD. We know the angle sum property. All the internal angles of a triangle is 180 degree, or we can write R1 plus theta plus R2 equals 180 degree, or we can write R1 plus R2 equals to 180 degree minus theta. We will box this one also. We will write it here, R1 plus R2 equals to 180 degree minus theta. See, we will find an interesting thing, that if box 2 and box 3 both are equal to 180 degree minus theta, then can we say that the left hand side of box 2 and box 3 are same, as the right hand side are both 180 minus theta, both 180 minus theta, we can say angle A equals to R1 plus R2. So from box 2 and 3, from box 2 and 3, we can say, as both sides have right hand side as 180 degree minus theta, or we can say angle A equals to R1 plus R2. Okay, we will put this value in box 1. Putting in box 1, what do we see? We see that delta equals to I1 plus I2 minus, see, R1 plus R2 is angle A minus angle A. Okay, This is our final equation. So what does it mean? It means that when a ray of light is going in this direction, but it deviates and goes in some other direction, and if I call this angle as delta, then delta will be I1 plus I2 minus of angle A. Is the concept clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Renesa and Chandrima, I cannot hear you. Is the concept clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we will do a special case that is known as position of minimum deviation. Position of minimum deviation.
Yes, sir. Microphone টা on হচ্ছে না।
Okay, let us do this one. I will get your question then. Position of minimum deviation. What does it tell me? It tells me that when I1 equals to I2 equals to I, that is when both I1 and I2 will be having same value, that is I1 equals to I2 equals to I, then this equation can be written as delta M. Then delta will become delta M, that is delta minimum, equals to I1 plus I2 is I, so I plus I minus A. So or delta minimum will be 2I minus A. See, you need to learn this one. This is a very important box. You need to clear out this box. Okay, it's a very important box. So delta minimum will be equal to twice I minus